Your Science Magazine of the Air. Your Science Magazine of the Air presents another interesting story from the human adventure. Today, the measurement of human intelligence.
What is intelligence? How is it measured? How smart are you? How gifted are your children? These questions are not to be answered by school grades or college degrees, by bright shining eyes or high-domed skulls. Science can measure your intelligence, test it and rate it, and tell you your intelligence quotient, your personal IQ, which fits you as individually as your shoe, your hat, your collar. The story behind the IQ, the story of the scientist who first devised the tool to probe the secrets of human intelligence, is today's human adventure. Of all the riddles of the nature of man, none is so mysterious and challenging as the human mind. It is the mind of man which has led him to conquer the forces of nature and to build civilizations. It is the intelligence of man that has made him master of the world. What is intelligence? How can science measure it, define it, and test it? The first clue to the answers to these questions began in France in the year 1899. The date is December 31st, the hour midnight, and Paris is gay indeed this last night of the old year. The revelers move down a street before the home of a modest university professor, Professor Alfred Binet of the Sorbonne. Their noses pressed against a closed window above the street, Binet's two small daughters, Marguerite and Armand, looked down and chanted.
Look, Marguerite. I'm sure I shall stay awake the whole night dreaming about it. But, Armand, how shall you be able to dream when you are awake? Tell me that.
A very practical question, ma petite. But I have an even more practical one. How are two little girls going to grow up to be strong and beautiful unless they go to bed at night?
Oh, no, Papa. Please, not yet.
Children, it is so late.
But Papa said we could stay up because he wanted to observe our reactions as one of his pets.
You see, Bouchon, what enthusiastic collaborators I have.
And I am thinking that it isn't a love for science that makes our little girls so eager, but a clever little plot to delay good night. Now, mes enfants, a kiss for Papa, a curtsy for Monsieur Bisson.
Good night, Monsieur Bisson. Good night, Papa.
Good night, my dears.
Armand. Marguerite.
Quickly now.
Oh, lovely children. Such charming manners. They're growing up beautifully, Binet.
It is Madame Binet who helps them to grow. I simply watch the process of two different little girls.
Well, all children differ, Monsieur Binet.
But why? Why should they differ? What makes them differ? When there are the same parents, same training, same environment, yet different responses in walking, speaking, learning.
Well, different personality types, perhaps.
But surely, except what causes personality differences?
Well, intelligence varies. Perhaps intelligence is a definite clue to the personality differences.
It may be, my dear Bouchon. We do not know what intelligence is. That is what I am trying to find out. What is intelligence?
To see the problem, to recognize the challenge. That is the first great step that Alfred Binet takes in the trackless wilderness that is the human mind. The human mind. How can a scientist examine its intelligence? Intelligence cannot be seen, nor touched, nor placed under a microscope. But to Alfred Binet, the vital clue comes prosaically from a practical request by a practical man of affairs.
This way, if you please, Professor Binet. The Minister of Public Instruction will see you now.
You?
Right in here.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, come right in, Professor. Come right in.
How do you do, monsieur?
It's good to see you, Professor. We've been having a devil of a time. Think you can be of some help to us?
Very kind of you to call us.
Not at all. Here, have a cigar. Sit back, relax. I'll outline our problem for you.
The problem, as outlined by the French Minister of Public Instruction, is a delicate and distressing problem even today.
I am the victim of a law. I am required to remove feeble-minded children from the schoolrooms of Paris. Feeble-minded. Who knows who is feeble and who is not? Can I slice off the top of their heads? And if I did, What would I find?
I understand, Monsieur le Minister.
There are other difficulties, Professor Binet. Matters of great delicacy are involved. Matters, too, of professional collaboration. Not always the easiest kind of collaboration, you are aware.
I am well aware. So?
So I am asking you to be a member of a commission of teachers, physicians, and psychologists to fix upon a way of distinguishing the subnormal from the normal children. The extreme cases, of course, are easily distinguished. But where is the borderline? Here you may help. There you have it. Your decision, monsieur.
If I accept, I am to have full freedom?
Oh, yes, monsieur. Full freedom and full responsibility for your report to me. Well?
I accept.
Good. I congratulate you, Professor.
Thank you, but I shall need your good wishes somewhat later. I warn you, my approach will be a purely psychological approach. It will not be well received by certain of my colleagues in medicine and teaching.
Alfred Binet's first attempts to work out some measurement of intelligence of backward children are very coldly received. He works with teachers and physicians. They resent his intrusion upon what they consider their special field.
And I say, and I repeat, the boy is simply a little backward. A little special attention will remedy his deficiencies in schoolwork.
The boy has had special attention, Mademoiselle Dumont. He has not been helped.
The boy needs fresh air, exercise, a tonic. It's easy to see. The boy is, well, mentally lethargic. You know how boys of his age are.
I do not know, monsieur, how boys of his age are. I do not know what is this thing called backwardness or mental lethargy.
Come to the point, monsieur. What is the point you wish to make?
My point is we need to describe exactly, to diagnose exactly the degree and nature of intellectual deficiency before we are able to say what to do with this or any other child.
But this is fantastic, Monsieur Binet.
First you say this child, then you say any other child. Would you test normal children also?
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. That is it exactly.
Huh? What have
Excellent, Doctor. You have given me the answer for which I have been searching. How can science examine intelligence if intelligence cannot be seen or touched? By tests, Doctor, by tests. The human mind controls the human tongue. We shall talk with the children. We shall test them through language.
Monsieur Binet, this is not teaching.
Professor Binet, this is a most interesting theory. I assure you, however, it is not medicine.
Perhaps you are right. It may not be teaching. It may not be medicine. It seems to me, however, it may be science.
And science it is. Of all the reports submitted, Binet's is the only report indicating a fresh field for research, attacking the problem from a fresh point of view.
Monsieur Binet, may I congratulate you on your triumph?
Dr. Simon, my triumph is physical, not psychological. Everyone at the meeting was hungry and wanted to get home to dinner. So let that fool Alfred Binet give his school test to foolish school children. That is the nature of my triumph, my friend.
But look, Binet, you have the chance now to show them.
That they are the fools? I earnestly hope so. It would be a great incentive in my work to devise a test to show how abysmally stupid are some of my eminent colleagues.
And I should deem it a privilege to help you, Binet. Having been a student of yours, I should prove useful before very long. After all, I'm already indoctrinated with your methods and prejudices.
Oh, but you are an important doctor now, and head of a hospital. Surely you are too busy.
Yes, I am busy, but I get nowhere. We try to help the feeble-minded children at the hospital, but we're working in the dark. Perhaps with my hospital cases and your school observations, we can collaborate successfully.
Say no more. This is indeed a heartening finish to a most disheartening day. Simon, we'll do it. We'll work together. We'll set up an experimental laboratory. Cases from your hospital, cases from my schools. And we'll find a way to measure feeble-mindedness, not simply label it.
And so begins the search into the human mind. The key is the human tongue. But what questions shall be asked? They must have a purpose, a point. Idle talk is worthless science. Hundreds of children, thousands of questions, years of testing, and Binet and Simon began to bring their picture of human intelligence into focus. Seated at a low table in surroundings designed to put a child at ease, young Pierre answers a series of questions by Professor Simon as Alfred Binet looks on.
That was an easy answer, Pierre. Let's see what we can do with this one. Tell me, Pierre, what is a fork?
A fork, it is to eat with.
What is a table?
A table, it is to eat on.
And what is a chair?
A chair, it is for us to sit on.
What is a horse, Pierre?
A horse is to sit on, too. But a horse runs.
Good boy, very good. Tell me what a mama is.
A mama is to take care of little children. And she is the kid.
Now, Pierre, I'm going to place some coins on the table.
Looking on, studying, observing, Binet finds that children up to 6 years old define things only in terms of use.
A fork is to eat with.
Not until the 9th year do children use generalized and more precise expressions, such as...
A fork is something that you use at the table to pick up certain kinds of food with.
Another type of question considered valuable by Binet is the comparison test. For this, he feels, does not depend upon instruction and brings into play the natural good sense of the subject.
Have you ever seen butterflies, Pierre? You know what they are?
Yes, monsieur.
And flies? You know them also?
Yes, monsieur.
Are they alike, a fly and a butterfly?
No, monsieur.
Tell me in what way they are not alike, Pierre.
A butterfly is larger and... Oh, I know. It is that butterflies fly on flowers and flies fly on the food we eat.
Simon, we have done the job for the commission. We have devised a test for separating dull children from normal children. But our job can be bigger than that.
But how, Binet? Would you test all levels of intelligence? I mean, from the idiot to the genius, by tests such as these?
Why not? We have our technique. We need simply to refine it. We can find out what norms of intelligence are.
You mean to have a test of intelligence that would be like climbing a ladder?
Very good, Simon. So it would. We should find those things a normal child, say 5, ought to know. More things for a child of 6, then 7, then 8, and so on.
These are rungs on the ladder, so to speak. Rungs for the mental ages of each group. Then we take children, say a child of 7. He climbs our mental ladder. Questions for the 6-year-old, he answers.
Then 7. These he answers. He is normal. Then 8 and 9. He is somewhat superior. Then 10. No. Questions in the 10-year range he cannot answer. Voila. At last we know where the child's intelligence stands. Mentally, he is 9 years old.
And knowing his actual age to be 7, we may say also that he is 2 years advanced for his age.
That's it. If we can devise such an exact yardstick to express intelligence in standard, definite, meaningful terms.
To express intelligence in standard, definite, meaningful terms, Alfred Binet hits upon the idea of age standards or norms. That is, a method to reveal mental ability according to established averages for various ages, the foundation of the concept of mental age. As a practical tool, it is one of the most important discoveries in the history of psychology. Binet is now ready to propose cautiously, tentatively, provisionally, his 3-part definition of general intelligence. Listen. This is Binet's definition of intelligence. You are intelligent to the degree that you are able to do 3 things when facing your tasks, your problems. The test of your intelligence is your ability, 1,
To fix your attention upon the problem at hand.
2,
To direct your thinking toward a desired end.
3,
To evaluate, analyze, weigh, and judge between possible solutions or courses of action.
Now the year is 1908. The work of exploration and discovery into the realm of the human mind has gone farther than any scientists have ever ventured before. And yet the brilliant Alfred Binet and the patient Théophile Simon review their labors.
Mind and body. What a task. Attention, direction, judgment. What things to test.
A great field, my friend. And with what poor tools we must work.
No, not poor, Alfred. The best tools there are so far. These last scales are very fine. The learned reviews say so. Everyone says so.
Everyone? Everyone but Binet and Simon. We know better. We know our scale is limited, that it still does not test attention, direction, judgment, as well as these must be tested. Moreover, the scale is too easy at the lower levels, too difficult at the upper levels, and besides...
I beg of you, my friend, do not drive yourself so. We, too, are limited. We can do only so much.
We can do another revision, Simon. We can.